Hello, you're very welcome to our short video explaining the basic functions of our new AI filter program. This is professional version 1. Going to load a picture and then I'll take you through the basics of what you can do with this program. The program can take a little getting used to because it involves some new technology, artificial intelligence, or training of neural networks. I'm going to deactivate the standard editing areas for a minute. So we only see the artificial intelligence area here. Now let's see what the program does. The program needs a before image. Let's load an original image. The program also needs any image editing you apply to it with another program. So the after image that you made based on the original. I've also prepared that here. It's quite a vintage look. Let's take a look at them in the comparison window. On the left we have the original image, the before image. On the right the edited image with the vintage look, the after image. The AI filter program is now able to use a neural network or artificial intelligence to calculate a filter based on the before and after images, an image filter with a formula that reproduces this effect so you can apply it to other images. How does that work? There are a whole range of settings here. This area at the very bottom with the fine settings. I have a second video where I show you how to adjust these basic settings and what you can do with them. For now, we're only interested in this area, the big green training button and the area for the number of iterations here. A neural network's trained in cycles in a mathematical procedure. You gradually optimize a formula, an equation, and then try to map your desired result with it. We basically try to change the formula to improve the result, to put it bluntly. I now set the number of iterations to 1. You can see 1 iteration here, and train the network with 1 iteration or 1 cycle. When I press training, the network completes the training in 1 cycle, and we don't see much at first. The image is almost monochrome. You can see very slight shading there. Now we can train another iteration, so you can always train the network a little further and further. No big change yet. Now I increase the calculation number a bit. Let's say we do 10 iterations at once. Move the training on a bit. Now we can see the peripheral light has already been learnt, so some of the brightness of the image has been restored. To train a network like this effectively, to turn an AI filter like this into a really useful filter, let's set that to 100 iterations and train it in 100 cycles. That takes around 10 seconds with a network of this size. All the parameters are in this box, by the way. That includes information about the network. You don't have to worry about that, but you might find it interesting. What is interesting, however, is the number of iterations you've already calculated and the percentage, which tells you the exact progress of the mapping from before to after. As you can see, after 112 iterations, the result's already much better. It isn't 100% yet, so we'll train it for another 100 iterations. We can keep training these filters and integrating our own image filters into our software. And you can find this AI filter database that you see here in all our new products. So if we now add this filter here, let's call it test filter, then press OK. That saves it in the database. We now see it down here under test filter, and it would also now be available in new products such as HDR10 and Sharpen 5 automatically. That means you can expand your filter database yourself with AI filters, with artificial intelligence. We'll train another 100 iterations. Then we can see both this peripheral shading with the coloring, this little red glow in the bottom left corner of the after image come across well. Let's scroll down a little bit here. You can see it at the bottom. That's slowly coming through here. We've reached a point now where we can say the filter's pretty well mapped. In a couple of minutes, we've trained in a beautiful vintage filter based on our image editing with peripheral light shading, brightness in the center, coloring. It's all included in the training. Let's save it again under test filter. That's saved. We can now reset that and come back to the program later and say, I have my test filter here. I'd like to train it again. Let's do another 100 iterations. We can also interrupt the iterations in the calculation. If you ever come across a message where the program says it can't find any more improvements, then one of the automatic checks has been triggered. There's an improvement check and the overfitting check, which automatically cancel the calculation if no more improvements are found. So this is how you can train your own AI, and I'd recommend, if you are interested in this, that you watch the second video on the basic settings, the parameters at the very bottom that you can adjust. That'll give you an insight into what the network can actually learn, because an AI network of this size on your home computer naturally can't reproduce what's done on mainframe computers. But for applying image styles like this, it works great. So, hope to see you again in our second video. See you then.